this is so important. If you just say, okay, I'm going to take the time off of that and I'm just going to work on this, then it makes it really hard to get back working on this, right? If you keep it as a part of your routine, even if it's not a constant part of your routine, then it ensures that you're going to keep moving forward. If you don't do that, then the next thing you know, you're going to be focused on the other thing. And then, 6 months or maybe even a year is going to go by. And you're gonna be like, oh man, I want to upload, but you're going to be so focused on the other stuff that it's just not going to happen because it's going to fall out of your routine. So that routine and that momentum of just continuing going can make a big difference on, on everything when it comes to your channel. What are your thoughts on that, D?
Yeah, I mean, I went through that, and I'll second that. It comes down to your habits and the momentum. So if you've built up momentum on your channel, I think the absolute worst thing you can do is stop working on it. Yeah. I did that. I stopped working on my channel, did other things, other projects, I burned out, lost interest. Now I've come back to doing it. And it's kind of like when you go to the gym and you stop going to the gym for quite some time, you go back to the gym, it's like, wow, I'm really out of shape. I don't look as good as I used to look. I'm not as strong as I used to be. I'm fumbling through, having to go through the process again. A lot of my audience has changed. I'm having to figure out what's happening now with the new audience that's coming in. I'm not getting the views that I used to get. So I'm having to kind of rebuild the channel, not from the ground up, but I have to, I'm having to rebuild it essentially. And it's a lot more work. It would have been easier to keep going. Even if I would have reduced the amount of uploads and just said, okay, instead of just stepping away, maybe just do 1 or 2 videos a month. If I would have just kept doing that, I think I could have kept the channel on the rails. So I would advise, don't step away from it unless you absolutely have to.
Yeah, there's something to be said. And, since Dee mentioned the gym reference, right? So, for anybody like myself, that's like, okay, going to start going to the gym, then you start going to the gym. Then what happens is it's like, oh, you know what? It's raining today. I don't feel like it today or whatever. And then you don't do it that day. And then, the next day comes along and you're like, oh, you know what? I'll do it the next day, whatever. I still don't feel that great, whatever. And the next thing you know, you're just not doing it anymore. So the same exact thing can happen. So staying in motion is really important in my opinion.
And when it comes to something like this, it's really easy to say, well, I'm just going to take a break for a couple of weeks. Those couple of weeks turn into a couple months really quick. And those couple months turn into 6 months, and then it's like a year. It can happen really quick. So do the best you can to try to find some sort of schedule to keep up with, and try not to lose any momentum that you've built, unless you have to. If it's a mental health thing and you're just like, I just got to take a break, take a break. Otherwise, try to keep going.